You can be calm, self aware, and deeply committed to your growth and still get hijacked by emotional spirals that make no logical sense. What if the problem isn't lack of tools, but where you're trying to use them? Hi, and welcome to the You World Order Showcase podcast, where we feature coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs who are stepping up to be the change they seek in the world. I'm your host, Jill Hart, the Coach's Alchemist, here to empower coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs to amplify their voice, monetize their mission, and get visible. If you're ready to start attracting premium clients without chasing algorithms or hunting them down like a banshee on a mission, head on over to coachesalchemist.com and schedule your free client acquisition audit. It's the first step to building a business where your clients seek you out rather than you having to hunt them down. Today, we are chatting with Christine Knight. Christine helps women in midlife stop self-sabotage and break free from toxic emotional cycles so they can step into real self-confidence, clear boundaries, and deeply fulfilling relationships. Blending psychotherapy, neuroscience, and intuitive divination, Christine guides women to uncover their true life purpose, identifying what's out of alignment and heal the subconscious wounds, driving automatic reactions without jargon, overwhelm, or endless talk therapy. Welcome to the show, Christine. I'm really glad we got together.
Thanks so much for having me, Jill. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here, and I love everything that you're doing. You're helping so many entrepreneurs, and me included. So happy to be here.
It's all about networking and collaboration and connection this year. So I'm so happy that we could have this time where we can spotlight what you're doing, which is going to be coming up right away. But first, what's the most significant thing, in your opinion, as individuals we can do to make an impact on how the world is going?
Oh man, that is such a great question, especially right now with all of the upheaval. Let me use that word in the US, where we're both located in the US, but I know that we have listeners across the world, and
Yeah.
there's different areas of the world having their own upheavals. So it seems to be a huge shift this year. And the the way that if I have to give one piece of advice, it links in with your introduction to the podcast, is be the change that you want to see. What is it that's the upheaval inside of ourselves? And then how do we identify it, connect with it, and then alchemize it into positive vibration that we send out to the world, helping ourselves and helping others. And that's what I focus on.
So you're like this airline stewardess who goes around and helping people put their gas masks on or their oxygen masks on so that they can help their kids or the person sitting next to them.
Oh, that's a great analogy. And I love metaphor. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist as well. I have 2 diplomas in it with over 1,000 hours of coaching. And the metaphor is just one of the biggest tools that we use in hypnotherapy. And that's a great one. I can help you help yourself so that you can be a better parent, be a better spouse. And it's not just be a better, quote, better person. It's how do you really listen to understand? How do you really deeply connect with the other person? Because I was basically a zombie for the greater part of my life. I'm in my early 50s now, but I felt like a robot because I was so dissociated with a fragmented inner system that I wanted to connect, but I just didn't feel that connection with other people. And it really held me back. So great
I think
metaphor.
so many people struggle with that too. It's the you're supposed to be and you're not enough unless, and all these lies that we've grown up believing and we've taken into ourselves that deny who we fundamentally are, as though somehow we're broken. And it comes from all different angles, and it doesn't matter where you're located in the world. And this is true for men and women, but I think it's especially true for women in that we're told that you have to meet certain standards in order to be lovable. You have to meet
Mhm.
certain standards in order to be accepted into society. And we're we're denying who we fundamentally are. I grew
Mhm.
up, I was always too loud, too bossy, too this, too that, too much.
Mm.
Just sit in the corner and I'm too big. I grew up in a family
Mm.
where, the women, I had two sisters and a mom, and they were all really short people. I thought I was this
Mm.
huge giant. I was 5'4 3/4. Not
Oh,
5'5", mind you, just 5'4 3/4.
wow.
Not even average height for women in the US.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I thought I was huge, and I was never like the sizes they were, and I always weighed too much. So weight was like this thing. My feet were too big. It was just like,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I, I tell you this not to make you feel sorry for me, but it was just like so
Yeah.
many of us struggle with that. We're
Yeah.
put in these comparisons with other people, whether in our families
Yeah.
or in our schools,
Hmm.
in our
In
workplace,
society.
in
Hmm.
society, in
Hmm.
churches. And it's just like you show up, and then people they don't compliment you for being who you are
Right.
because
Or
I
what
came
you
here like
contribute,
this.
or what you contribute to the world, like your gift that you're sharing to the world, because we all have unique gifts that we're here to give. And we get stifled,
Mhm.
and that becomes our comfort zone in our body, in our nervous system, in our body, and in our
Uh-huh.
subconscious mind. So then we stay small, like we keep playing small. So hearing that backstory is your backstory. I really admire what you're doing. I mean, I already admired it. I really admire it now because you're stepping out of your comfort zone, doing a podcast and reaching so many people, saying, I'm not going to play small anymore.
I'm not. I can't. You just
Mhm.
reach this stage in your life where it's just like,
Mhm.
no, it's too exhausting. And it's
Mhm.
really exhausting to be small and to see things going on and not speak up and speak your truth. And,
Mhm.
it just like, um, I did hire people to help me. I mean,
Mhm.
I will
Mhm.
admit that. And I encourage you, if you're out there listening and you're like, yeah, that's how my life started out. And I'm at that crossroads of,
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm looking for a purpose. And I
Mhm.
know that I'm this way, but I showing up in this other way that doesn't really feel authentic to me, but it's just how
Mhm.
everybody knows me. So I'll just keep doing that thing. It If
Mhm.
you're tired of that, you need
Mhm.
Christine.
Well, I gotta tell you, I have over $100,000 in it. Okay, like none of us can do it on our own. If anybody could have done it, it would have been me because
Yeah.
I have that programming, that discipline, that stamina. I grew up with a drill sergeant father, so I have the discipline. I'm an Aries zodiac sign, so I have that fire to be a trailblazer, and I still couldn't do it. So even like my primary technique that I use is internal family systems, IFS,
Mhm.
developed by Richard Schwartz. And he'll tell you he couldn't do it without hiring his own practitioner also. There's some wounded parts within us that need to be witnessed in a safe emotional container from an outside person to heal. But like I tell people, we were wounded in relationship, usually between us and our primary caregivers, but it could have been
Mhm.
peers, it could have been teachers, it could have been what we saw in movies and
Combination of all of
magazines.
them.
Mhm. But that's where we were wounded. So doesn't it make sense that that's where we heal in safe environments? That's why I started the school community. We need a community of emotional, safe container where we can role play, we can encourage each other, we can discuss vulnerable issues together, and it's part of the healing. So, yeah, there is definitely no shame or embarrassment in getting help because none of us can do it without help. I couldn't. I had my own IFS practitioner. I had a clinical hypnotherapist that I also worked with. I had talk therapists that I worked with. I read books and, you know, but that's kind of the key with where I work. Like I work in the subconscious mind where the core wounds are, because that's what finally answered my question. Why am I rocking it, climbing the corporate ladder? But man, romantic relationships, I kept choosing toxic relationship after toxic relationship and couldn't step out of it. And that's why my core wound was there in romantic relationships with men. I was scared of men, actually. So
That
it's
makes a lot of sense, having a drill sergeant for a father. I
yes, yes. Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense when we can, because we're inside the forest when we're trying to figure this out. And we're trying to figure this out in our logical reasoning brain, our prefrontal cortex that's on the front of your front side of your brain there. And that's when we go to talk therapy, when we talk out loud, when we vent to friends, when we read books, that's where it goes. But we need to go at the base of the back of the head, in the amygdala, in the reptilian brain, in the subconscious. That is our autopilot, not our co-pilot. By the time we're 35 years old, the subconscious mind is driving 95% of our life, of our choices, of our decisions, who we're attracted to, what job we feel worthy of doing, what business opportunities we feel confident enough to step into. It drives everything.
really does. And it and our thoughts, our conscious thoughts that in your mind is always having a conversation. I don't know about you, but sometimes I tune in just to see what it's talking.
Those are the parts. Those are the inner parts in your
Mhm,
subconscious mind having the conversation with each other. When
mhm.
you are tuning into that, that's not even your prefrontal cortex, your logical reasoning brain. That's your consciousness. That's your stream of consciousness that
Mhm.
is, I call it the open water hose that's like you've had it since birth, but it gets blocked or cinched off. That water hose gets cinched by protector parts who had to take on extreme jobs to survive emotional overwhelm, usually in childhood sometimes.
And how you
So,
get those split personalities. And people do have them that where they were just so traumatized that another personality had to evolve within their consciousness in order to protect them from this stuff that's going on in their subconscious.
and we all have this.
Mhm,
We all have, quote, split personalities, but what it is fragmented parts in our inner system, in our
mhm,
subconscious mind that got disconnected from the wholeness of that consciousness flow because
mhm.
of the emotional overwhelm. So, a person with a split personality or like schizophrenia is just that to a far greater degree, where that personality, that aspect of that personality takes over all the other aspects of that personality.
Mhm.
But most of us are like you're describing, we have voices in our head talking to each other or being like, oh, I should have said this. Like you have a conversation, and for 12
You're
hours
never gonna
later, you're
have.
running the conversation through your mind. I should have said this. Oh, I should have said that. Oh, if I just would have thought of this. So
And they talk back.
there, yeah, that shows you we are not mono mind. It's been scientifically proven we are multiplicity of mind. Just like we have one body, but we have the nervous system that makes up the body, we have the fascia holding everything together, we have the organs in there doing different jobs. It's the same thing in the subconscious mind. And when you tune in, so what you did, Jill, was you took your attention and you did what we call the U turn, where you took attention off the external world and you did the U turn inside the internal world. And you're like, what are y'all talking about in there? Let me listen here. So in IFS, what we do is a step further is we consciousness start talking with each of the parts, learning about them, the job they took on, what their original role was, the part that they're protecting that's holding the core wound, and we begin to reconnect those disconnected parts in the subconscious mind back to the wholeness that is you. They're here to help you. We were born with multiplicity of mind because we have aspects of our subconscious mind that are there for a certain reason to help. Some look for, opportunities. Some parts look for connection and friendship. Some parts are really creative and have imaginations. They just didn't get to do their original role when that emotional overwhelm came in, because there's a fragment that happened, a disconnection happened, usually because we had to betray ourselves and who we really are in order to be accepted by the outside world, primary caregiver, a teacher, a peer, whatever. We had to deny our authentic self in order to be accepted. But it's not our fault that we did that. I call the subconscious mind the human instinct survival brain. We are born with the human instinct knowing, just like we're born able to suck our thumb or cry when we have a need. We're born with the instinct to know that I need these tall people walking around to feed me and care for me. And if I don't have them, I'll die. So our subconscious mind looks at the situation as, if we are rejected, we'll die, which means we'll do anything we can to be accepted, even deny our true authentic self. And that's okay. That's okay. Because in this lifetime, we're here to go full circle and learn and evolve through the process where we come back to the wholeness that is us. So it's fascinating.
You've given me a whole new perspective on having conversations with myself. As often I will be like having a conversation that will never happen. Move on.
Uh-huh. 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 Now that might work. Now
It does work. I just don't think about it. I stop thinking about that.
If that works, awesome. Because I like easy peasy. I like whatever's going to get us growth and evolving faster. So if that works for you, awesome. But I would do it and be like, oh, shut up already. All right. Like, I'm just going to go focus on something else. And then 6 hours later, boop, it would come back again. And I'm like, shut up. I'm doing something else. And I would do it and it would come back again. So that's why I learned how to get to the root cause of the parts having the conversation in the first place and heal the root cause, the core wound, so those parts don't have to do that anymore. Like I don't
love that. And that
parts
really
talking in my head.
That is really important. And I feel that I have healed the major core wounds that I suffered with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also almost 66 years old. So, I mean, I've had some
Mm-hmm.
time to get here, and I recognize there are a lot of people out there, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
women out there and young women, because you don't get through childhood without some trauma.
Yeah.
I think what we're here to experience is trauma and work through it. And
Mm-hmm.
you're winning if you get
Mm-hmm.
help and you really do something with the trauma that you're here to experience, but get
Mm-hmm.
help. There are people
Yeah.
out here like Christine, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of people these days
Yeah.
to hold your hand and show you the tools. And there are a lot of tools that are so helpful to go from feeling like you can't speak your truth. I think a
Yeah.
lot of those conversations that we have in our head that we'll never have to the person, even
Mm-hmm.
if they're responding in our head, and they will never respond the way you think they're going to respond. If you
Mm-hmm.
just could have them out loud, if you had the confidence and the tools to share your authentic truth with other people, even though you know that it's going to make them uncomfortable. And for empaths, that is just like
Mm-hmm. I
I
work
don't
with
want to.
empaths. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to absorb that energy too. I'm already feeling
Yeah.
bad enough myself. I don't want you feeling bad and having to make me feel worse.
Yeah.
Um, and that's a
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are a lot of people. Everybody's an empath. It's just some people are more
Mhm.
aware that they're empaths and that they are absorbing other people's energies. I think that's where a lot of people pleasers come in.
I used to do it. I used to be that. I was there. That was me. I couldn't speak my truth. I
Yeah.
couldn't speak at all. And then I could only speak if I was so enraged that that protector part, that rage part would come out and speak, but then it would run the person over. And there was no in between. So that healing brought me, not only can I speak my voice now, I can speak it authentically and calmly with confidence in a room full of people and be like the one person who disagrees.
Mhm.
And I can do that without any emotional turmoil in my inner system. So
Yeah.
it's like all those bumper cars at the amusement park, and they're all like bumping into each other, and then some are like on the outskirts, like trying to avoid getting hit, you know?
Yeah.
I turn all the cars basically in your inner system to be pointing in the same direction, moving together in
Mhm.
alignment to a North Star direction. So imagine that energy inside and what you're rippling out to the world just between that difference from frenetic energy inside to aligned, purposeful, intentional energy going out to the world. That's what happens. That's the transformation there.
And that transformation, it goes beyond you because it
Yes.
impacts how other people respond to you and the kinds of people that are drawn into your energy field.
Yes.
If you're
What you
very
attract?
chaotic, you're going to attract other people who are broken and chaotic and they don't have a clue
Yeah.
about what they're doing and they're going to put a lot of pressure on you in ways that
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
don't have the tools to say, no, boundaries here, love you
Yeah.
dearly, go that way. I'll go this way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
So
so
much is
many of us,
about
I get,
alignment.
yeah,
Yeah.
but when
But
you
it's
know
so
where you're
easy.
going,
It's so like I tell people, all I have to do is stand still. That's it.
mhm,
My job is alignment with what aligns with me, healing anything that comes up. I
mhm,
use I use the external world as mirrors. So
mhm,
anything that I notice I have a judgment on or something that I'm fearful of, that's all a mirror where I turn back inside of me.
mhm,
What's causing that inside of me? It's BS, belief system.
mhm,
What belief system is in there, agreeing with the garbage or disagreeing or whatever. And then I heal that by listening to it and understanding it and being with it. And then that purifies my alignment even more. And then people are attracted in based on my energy.
mhm.
So where I was attracting in toxic relationships, friendships, romantic partnerships, even bosses,
Yeah,
now it's like it's not even an issue in my life at all. You don't have to do anything more. All you have to do is shed everything, but I don't mean shed, get rid of. I mean, love the crap out of it.
you take it
And
and you hold it on your lap and you hug it for a while without
and
judgment.
we go even deeper than that. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually heal it. Yeah. So it's completely life changing and it affects every area of life. It affects your finances. It affects your business opportunities. It affects your promotions. It affects your friendships, like everything, your parenting. Oh, how I I wish I would have had this when I was raising my kid, like uh, it's okay. I really believe in divine timing and
Mhm.
I have second chances now that I can ripple that forward with my kid and with others. And I'm very grateful for that. But it touches every area of your life.
And relationships are the only thing that matter in the
I
long
be-
run.
I believe that. Yeah, I
It's the only
believe
thing you
that.
take with you. I believe
Yeah, don't
we
take anything with you. Yeah.
have soul contracts, and even those
Hmm.
people that it wounds you deeply, they came here with that purpose. They
Hmm.
love you so much in the realm of the great consciousness that they agreed to come here and be that catalyst that pushes against you to cause you to have the experience that you had
Hmm.
so that the consciousness could understand what that is.
Hmm.
So it really is incumbent on us to work through these
Hmm.
spaces, and it's a gift to give back to the person who wounded you. I
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
positive that most people don't set out intentionally to wound each other,
No, no,
especially
they
our
don't.
children.
They
But
don't.
I've had five of them, and I know every one of them I've wounded in one way or another. I
Mm-hmm.
love them. Doesn't mean I admire who they've become as adults,
Hmm.
but it just happens in the same
What
way.
we what we don't heal inside of us becomes projectile vomit outside of us.
Mhm,
Like it's just
mhm,
gonna, it's just, and that's how we were wounded in the first place.
mhm,
Their projectile vomit onto us was their wounds that they didn't heal inside of them. And past generations, I mean, they didn't have the access of the internet and tools and all these people who are taking their life experiences now, and we have the tools and the tech and the internet and the opportunity to turn what we learned into a private practice, helping other people like I did. That's exactly what I did. It took me
mhm.
16 years to find the techniques to truly heal. And now I can take it and give it to somebody in 12 weeks. Here you go. Boom. And I
A-
love it.
And
I
the
love that I could do.
transformation is, you can feel it. It's an experiential transformation, but you notice it in every aspect of your life. And it's not hard. It's not like you have to spend hours every day talking and doing this and
Mm-mm.
exercising. And I mean, it's not like a diet plan that you're going to do for 3 days and you're going to throw up your hands and go, oh, this is crap.
Yep.
Back to my favorite thing.
I've got it down to a daily practice that you can do in 10 minutes daily. Just do it daily. Do it in the morning.
Mhm,
Um, and once a week, there's a like a guided meditation that I highly encourage people to do that takes
mhm.
about 20 minutes. Or do it anytime you need to make a decision or anytime you want to manifest. Do this, manifest from this place, and you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll be like quantum leap. That's what I've done. I mean, it's like the time people think, oh, it has to take a lot of time. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You can quantum leap, especially when you're working in the subconscious mind. There is no time in the subconscious mind. There's just energy. You
There's no
can go do
reality in the
reviews.
subconscious mind.
There's what?
There's no reality. I mean, it doesn't know the difference between what you're telling it is real and what you've experienced as real. You can,
That's true, but let me be the contrarian here. That seems
okay.
to be my job on this planet. Is you you can't trick protector parts
Oh, yeah.
into a reality. Because
Hmm.
I would be like, I would use these visualizations. Well, I want financial freedom. I'm going to do these visualizations. Why aren't they working? I have affirmations posted all over my house. Why isn't it working? Because there are
Because your
protector
subconscious
parts.
isn't.
There are protector parts in the subconscious mind that said, you can try all you want. You can try all those tricks, but it ain't true in here.
Mhm.
So IFS does the U-turn inside. Well, what's true for you? What's your experience, protector part? What job do you do? When did you start doing that job? Do you know I'm all grown up? How old are you? Building that relationship that builds the trust between the protector parts. And then the protector part, once it trusts you, it'll take you. It'll be like, Yeah, there's this part over here with this core wound. It'll lead you right to it.
Hmm.
And then you you allow the core wound to express everything it needs to express. The most anyone has ever taken, I'm the worst. I had the most fragmented system I've ever seen. And because I had severe child abuse growing up.
Hmm.
And the longest it took, I had protector parts wrapped inside of core wounds, wrapped inside of protector parts, and it took 5 sessions. That's it.
Yeah, it's not like you have to do this for 1,000 years and maybe you'll make, you know, minuscule progress. Things can happen
That's
quickly.
when you're working in the logical reasoning brain. When
Hmm.
you're just talking about it, you're thinking about it, you're trying to figure it out. You can't figure this stuff out. You have to listen and let the parts tell you. And
Hmm.
they know. They know. I have so much respect and honor for the inner parts in the subconscious mind. They got you here. They're the ones that laid down their original roles for us. They sacrificed for us to help us survive moment to moment to moment. And it worked. So they're like,
Hmm.
hey, this stuff is working. Let's keep doing it. Even though she's 48, let's keep doing it. So what
Yeah.
was adaptive in childhood becomes maladaptive in adult relationships. And
I,
people are confused because they're like, well, I do this well. I can do friendships well. I can do corporate well. I can do my daily responsibilities. Why am I divorced 5 times? Got a core wound there. That's all.
and it's not just you. It's the people around you also have these core wounds that we're really just now realizing that we need to heal ourselves. I've read two articles today on Substack. They're from two very different people, and they were
Mhm.
both about ultimately about core wounds. One was
Mm.
talking about how few people are are connecting. It was from a male perspective of why young men are chronically single. It's
Yeah.
like 61% of young men are chronically single. They don't have close friends. They get tired of trying to find dates on Tinder or whatever the current app
Yeah.
is. It's just really exhausting. And and
Yeah.
they've got these core wounds that they're not solving. He didn't say that, but
Hmm.
that's a large part of it. And then you've got women who are this other post, and the post is pretty much about the same thing. It's about the intensity of pressure on women to be everything and
Hmm.
to have it all. You know, that was the lie I bought into when I was young. You
Yeah.
can't.
Mhm.
You will burn out somewhere and it's going to end
Something's
badly.
gonna give. Something's
Some,
gonna give. Yeah.
yeah,
You can have it all, just not at the same time.
not, that's why we have seasons.
Yeah. We're not
And,
meant to have it all at the same time.
and it's
We can enjoy
okay.
it more. Yeah, we can enjoy it more when you have like a couple cool things at a time, you know? It's like
And then you,
Christmas. You get 50 gifts on Christmas. You can't really like enjoy those gifts. You get two, you'll love the crap out of them.
mhm, you'll remember them. They'll mean
Hmm.
something to you. And
Hmm.
all of life is like that.
Yeah.
We're constantly getting into areas where society wants us to absorb all of this stuff without letting us enjoy the experience of it without labels. I mean, there's things that happen in the big picture that we could explore that experience, but it just stuff keeps coming at us so fast that it's just like the fear sets in. Like I can't process all of this. I can't fix all of this. It's why news causes anxiety in people. It doesn't help them to understand what's happening.
Well, I can tell you, I haven't watched the news for about 20 years and I'm still alive.
Yeah. It,
So I'm doing well. We don't have to watch the news. It seems that people think like we have to watch the news. No, I don't know who told
really, you
people
don't.
that, but you really don't. You really don't. If I'm meant to see something, I will literally like I'll just happen to be in an electronics store and something comes on the TV, or I'll walk into a hotel lobby and something comes on the TV. I will hear it. I'll hear people talking, overhear people talking in an elevator. If I'm meant to hear it, I will hear it. Otherwise, I I do not
It's
watch the news.
it's pointless. I'm I'm having the experience of we have a lot of television going on, and I, like you, do not have a TV. I don't have a TV in our living room. I do have one in my bedroom because, in total honesty, I like to binge watch crappy TV. It's my,
Vulnerability here. You have a safe emotional container. Here you go. It's
yeah,
okay.
it's like
That's okay.
what I
That's
like to
okay.
do. It calms my brain down, and I'm playing a game on on my phone. I know all the things you're not supposed to do before bed, but it's what calms my system down enough for me to just like,
Huh.
I'm going to
Yeah.
sleep now. And I go to sleep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't always been like that, but I am like that now. And I have like 2 hours in the evening that I'm by myself. Even when I'm at home with my husband, he
Hmm.
stays downstairs. He's had to go upstairs with the dogs because the dogs are like, "Hey, dude, it's 7. Our
Hmm.
shows are on. What's wrong with you?"
The dogs don't understand.
Yeah, they totally don't understand.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have TVs in my house. I just only use streaming services.
Mhm.
So I have to pull up
Yeah, I
whatever
use
it is
streaming
to
services.
watch
I
or whatever. So,
I have one streaming service. If it's not on that streaming service, I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pay a whole bunch of money
but it's a good
for
point,
stuff.
though, that what we, so like I tell people, what we say no to is
Mhm,
actually more important than what we say yes to.
mhm,
Because when we um, dissolve or shed or let go of things in our life that aren't bringing value to our life,
mhm,
it creates the spaciousness for whatever is supposed to be in our life to come in. But if
mhm,
it's filled with all this stuff that we're consuming, consumption, then there's no space. So we need space in our days, in our calendars, in
mhm,
our TV choices, in our social media choices. We need to be aware of, because I used to tell my kid, you vote with your dollars. You don't vote one time every 4 years. You vote with your dollars. Now it's even more so. You vote with your attention. You vote with your energy. You vote with your time. And I don't just mean politics at all. I mean telling the universe, this is what I want more of.
mhm,
I wanted more spaciousness. So I had to create that spaciousness just daily, moment to moment. And there's quite a few different things that I do to create that spaciousness. What I say no to creates the space for the yeses to easily flow in because I don't allow them to flow in unless they align.
mhm,
So it's shifting from being consumers, which back in the 70s, especially the 80s and the 90s, it was like driven consumption, consumption. So we're shifting. If we can get awareness to this of what they're trying to force down our throats, we can shift from being a consumer to a creator, like you're
mhm.
doing, right? With the podcast or with Substack, with writing, or with teaching other people, or on school community, driving that community and that place for like connection. What do we want to create?
With intentionality, eh, because
Yeah.
it's not chaotic. It's what I love about Substack and school both. There's spaces where people aren't just randomly creating content. They're creating content on purpose with intention. And
Mhm.
as people develop their spaces and
Mhm.
others discover them,
Yeah.
change happens. And it happens in a human to human way that
Yeah.
AI cannot duplicate. And I know that
Yeah.
in your space, it's about giving space for people to be themselves and discover
Yeah.
who they are and be
Yes.
good with that. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
we
And
told
nothing
Saw.
against AI. I believe that AI is like the brain, is
Mhm.
like money. Okay. They're all tools. They're
Yeah.
supposed to be tools to help us
Hmm.
be more authentic with ourselves and be more in connection with others, with
Hmm.
other animals, other people, other creations that we want to dive into, what we want to learn. So I have AI tools in
Hmm.
my community, like the trigger translator tool that people can get for free to help them move through a trigger and get the next steps to go forward. That's a great example of using AI as a tool to help the person reconnect with their authentic self so then they can go forward in their authentic self. So
I
I'm not
love it.
against AI,
I'm not
but
either.
we need to choose, like you said, intentionality. What's the
Hmm.
intention of how we use it?
Hmm.
Like I kind of got off social media like early 2025, like 6 months before I even found school. That's how I found it. Because I was sick
Hmm.
of social media, didn't want to, everything was AI in the news feed. You didn't even see your family in the news feed anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah, so school is very different, very intentional. I love that you name that way. That's solid. Like that's actually what's going on there. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like social media anymore. I make myself go over to Facebook sometimes just because I have a lot of connections over there, but really
Mm.
you're not connected to those people. They aren't seeing what you're posting unless you're paying for it. And it
Mm.
just it, Instagram, yes, I have an Instagram account. No, I can't
Mhm.
figure it out. It's like so
Mhm.
much time, and really Substack takes the place of so many of these
Yeah.
platforms, just in
Yeah.
terms of long form content, whether it's video or audio or podcasts or
Yeah.
however you want to share your thoughts. And then school is the place to have conversations about it where, Substack does try to do that, but they're just not that great at it. Whereas school,
Mhm.
in a school community, you hear from the people who are trying to reach you. And you can tag
Mhm.
people and you can have long conversations in a thread and other people can join in. And
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
kind of a
Yeah.
magical place. And then there's a play aspect to it. I mean, we have fun over there. You're
Yeah,
part
we have fun.
of
We have
another
fun.
large community that you run, and it's just about being silly and having fun and supporting
Yeah.
each other. And that's all there is. That's the whole point of the group.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I do in my community too. Like, look, we've had so much struggle and confusion and hardship. Let's heal in relationship, in community, and have fun doing it. It doesn't have to be like, oh, drudgery and going through, even in IFS sessions, like one-on-one work that I do with clients, like they're like, oh my gosh, like I thought this was gonna be hard. I thought this was gonna be scary. I thought this was gonna be like talking about it all over again and going back into the trauma. No, no, you don't need, there's no need to do that. The subconscious parts inside of it know exactly what you need to know, exactly what the unmet need is, exactly what you need to build trust. Like, let's go. Like, it's almost like what's the term like a long time ago from us? The horse, getting it from the horse's mouth. You
Yeah,
know, the logical brain just trying to figure it out, and it's all it. I don't
it's
think it's
already
ever been
there.
right. I don't think it's ever been right. Ever
Yeah, because we have all these books written by people that try to explain it from their logical mind,
from their logical mind. Right.
and
Right.
they get
And
some
left
parts right,
brain.
but yeah,
So
yeah.
subconscious is uses more like symbols and imagery, like in your dreams. And
Hmm.
that's more right brain, you know? So, but I bring cohesion. We want left brain and right brain cohesion. We want gut brain, heart brain, logical brain cohesion, you know? It's even masculine energy and feminine energy inside. We all have those both energies inside. We want cohesion of that.
Hmm.
And that's what brings everything in alignment, like all those bumper cars bumping into each other. That's how they all face the same direction in alignment and go forward. And when you're doing that, that's when you quantum leap. That's
Yeah,
when
you
you
can go
manifest. That's
fast.
when I speak something and 6 hours later it shows up.
Love that. Love
But
that.
phenomenal. And if it doesn't show up, if it's something that I want to manifest that it's not showing up, it means there's a block. So I'm like, ooh, there's a block. Let's do the U-turn inside, see what's blocking me. That's why I called my group, the group name of it is Trigger Happy, because I'm happy now if I get triggered, because I'm like, oh, there's a core wound that I haven't discovered yet. And this is all about self exploration and self discovery. And now I know the process to go through the steps. And this is what I teach people. I teach people to not need me. I'm the anti guru, you know? You know the spelling of guru, right? G, you are you.
I love that. I never heard that one before.
So I'm the anti-guru. I teach you how to not need me,
I
and you
love
can
that.
do this work on your own. Yeah. It's it's and I'm just so grateful that I was born in a time where we have these tools with intention and tech combined where we can really use our life for our purpose, for our gift and just ripple out to the world.
I love that. So
Yeah.
people can join your free school community over at school.com/rapidly dash evolving dash life. And if you put forward slash about on there, you don't need to, but if you do that, it'll get you there
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah,
Light
yeah. I
speed.
think if you don't have the forward slash about, I think you drop into like the discussion part. And my group is private just to make it an emotionally safe container there
Mhm.
for people to be authentic and vulnerable. So yeah, if you do the slash about, then you'll drop in and see that join group button. It's free.
I
Yeah.
think you actually just drop into the about page if you're a private community.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure that's
learning. Like
how
I'm
it
learning all the
works.
time. Yeah.
And you share over on Substack at trueselfportrait.substack.com.
Yes, yes. And I need to learn more about that. That's where you're going to come in handy, Jill. I'm trying to I'm learning more about YouTube right now and then next month it's going to be Substack. So, yeah, I'm trying to
Come
learn one thing at
on.
a time cuz there's a lot, but it's so worth it cuz it all kind of coordinates together. Um
And you're doing it in the perfect order. You get your
mm,
school community going, get your
mhm,
YouTube hooked up, and then
mhm.
go over to Substack, and then we're just gonna put it on
Tie it together.
steroids because
Oh,
it's all just gonna like and stuff's gonna flow together in a way that it's just gonna blow your mind. But
oh,
get
awesome.
YouTube going first, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. Yeah, the my YouTube channel is new. I think I have like maybe 70 subscribers on it right now or something. It's very new and I'm learning it and there's a
It's
lot to
70
learn.
people who said, "Yes, Christine, I
Yes.
want to know what you have to say. I'm
Yeah.
tired of people apologizing for having only X number of people who raised their hand and said, I'm interested in what you have to say."
I love
Because
that.
those 70 people are valuable and
Oh yeah. Oh
their
yeah.
energy that they're contributing to you to absorb what you're putting out there, priceless.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very grateful. And even in my community, it's really new. It's only about 2 months old and I think I have 65 in there. So,
yeah,
yeah, and I see it's so much easier to like talk with those people in the free community in school, where it's more difficult for me on YouTube, but I am still learning YouTube. But people don't leave comments there, but they'll join the free community in school and leave comments, and you can private message me in there. I have video. I did a video in my pajama and bathrobe first thing this morning, and I was like, I want you to see what I look like when I get out of bed.
Yeah, I'm not going to terrify
No
people.
makeup. Like this is because I was so moved. I was drinking coffee and I was going through the engagement of the community, seeing everybody like supporting each other and encouraging each other. And I even had tears in my eyes, and I was like, I just hit live, hit record, and I said, I here in my bathrobe, my jammies, I just have to tell you all, I appreciate you so much, because look what you're already doing. We're only 2 months in, and you're supporting and encouraging each other, because they're all on the same journey. They're all working through these triggers and these toxic patterns that show up, and they're finding out why. So good stuff.
And it's great to be in a space where you can have other people who are having experiences too. So you don't feel like, uh,
I'm
when you're
alone.
by yourself as an
Yeah.
alone person, it's like there's obviously something wrong with me because I'm the only one going through this. And when you're
That's
in
how I felt.
community,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, well, they've got a problem too. And
Yeah.
that person over there, they got a problem.
Yeah.
And maybe I can support them a little bit with their problem that I'm not suffering from. But, who knows? Maybe there'll be people that are experiencing the same things that you're experiencing. And you can be like, hey,
Yeah.
experience buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
This,
and I even Ask Me Anything tab too. So people are asking questions, and then other people are like, oh my gosh, thanks so much for asking that question. I had the same question. Or it inspires others that they adapted. Oh, you know what? My sister-in-law was saying that. Now I understand it so much better. Like, we all inspire each other. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna get tears in my eyes again, just talking about it. Like, it's just so it moving. It's moving. We're shifting. This energy is shifting,
it's
and
changing the world
jump on the train, y'all, because we're going to good places. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Thank you so much, Christine, for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I
Been a
appreciate you.
great conversation. To learn more about Christine and to join her community, please visit school.com/rapidly evolving life /about and consider subscribing to her Substack newsletter, which is trueselfportrait.substack.com. And we'll be sure to put those links in the show notes below. Thanks for tuning in today to the You World Order Showcase podcast. If you're ready to amplify your voice, monetize your mission, and start attracting premium clients, your next step is simple. Head to thecoachesalchemist.com and schedule your free client acquisition audit. Be sure to join us for our next episode as we share what others are doing to raise the global frequency. And remember, change begins with you. You have all the power to change the world. Start today and get visible.